What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Not the most exciting stuff yesterday, to be completely honest. We did hit Kylian Mbappe for 1.5x. I took Panto in Dota. I explained this Dota entry in a pretty good manner yesterday and why we take Dota unders. And this guy does hit at 5, or he doesn't hit, he pushes at 5, and we get a 1.5x for it. So again, is it the most exciting thing in the world? No, but profit's profit. I'm never going to complain about that. And then we had some, this one was a super close entry. I watched this game. It was 13-11, which if you don't know how Counter-Strike works, if it ended up being 12-12, that means it goes into overtime rounds. And every time these games go into overtime rounds, the overs will hit together because that means more rounds are being played. So the more rounds that are played in this game, the more likely the overs are going to hit. And, the first game, this guy played absolutely horrible. The second game was that game where they almost went into overtime. If they do go into overtime, this guy for sure hits it. He gets one more kill into overtime easily. But yeah, very close here to having a setup for this. And, just a little bit short there. We did miss this one. We missed this one here. And then I think 2 days ago, I sent this one out with Josh Giddey and kind of explained this. We took him out 15.5 under rebounds assists. He's now at 14.5 on PrizePicks. So you got really good value on this. And we did take Caps Han Sama to go under, and this did hit for us a couple of days ago. So we'll be crossing our fingers. Giddey can hit. And then we also took that Wimby play yesterday with the blocks and steals under 3.5 along with a League of Legends pick, and that pick is happening in the next couple hours. So hopefully you guys did get that in. I will also say, if you guys are not signed up for REBET, if you guys are not signed up for Kalshi, go ahead and get signed up for those. All you have to do is text me the word Kalshi, text me the word REBET. ONYX Odds is another one that I talk about quite a lot. Again, these apps are giving away free money. On ONYX Odds, spend $10, get a free $100 in free picks. Okay, so it's not a deposit match, it's not matching 100. A lot of these apps, they're great apps, but a lot of these apps, you put 100 in, they'll match you $100. Something like ONYX Odds, you put $10 in, you get a free $100. All right, it's so easy to do that. It's completely free money. REBET, same thing. This one is actually a $100 deposit match, but REBET has really good lines. I bet on them quite a lot. I do have a pick in today's video for that, which I'm going to get into. And then the performance of 2026 so far, guys, we're down just a little bit this week, I would say. As I said, since the Super Bowl has been very flat. Okay, so this little bump up right here was the Super Bowl weekend. We went up about 15 to 20 units that weekend, and it's been very flat since then. Really, we've maybe gone up 3 units, we've gone down 3 units, up 3 units, down 3 units. It's been very up and down, just the normal ebbs and flows. We're really waiting for that breakout. And, again, these breakouts happen very quickly. You'll see something like this, that will happen. And, that's from a weekend or a couple of days in a row where we're hitting 4-mans back to back to back. And we can be back up in that like 70, 80 unit mark very quickly. So get ready for a lot of picks. Obviously, NBA is back tomorrow, so a lot of picks from that. If you guys like tracking your bets, I recommend tracking your bets to everyone. Definitely get Pikkit. You can sign up with my code. I believe they offer a free $3 to everyone. And it's completely free to sign up for Pikkit, guys. So get Pikkit. You link your PrizePicks account with Pikkit. You can link all your betting accounts with Pikkit, and then you pretty much can just track your bets on their platform super easily. Everything is automatic, so you don't have to track on a spreadsheet or anything anymore. I used to do that. It takes way too long. It would take me hours a day sometimes to make sure that everything is correct in the spreadsheet. You can just track everything on Pikkit. And again, here's the 2026 performance for the parlays. Here's the 2026 performance so far for the straight bets. Haven't really had a straight bet in the past couple of days just because sports have been a little bit quiet, right? Not really much NBA. NFL obviously ended last week, so it's been a little bit quiet. We're going to get back in the swing of things with some straight bets. So some straight bets right here are pretty much money lines, spreads, over-under, stuff like that. And I love taking these on REBET or on ONYX Odds. So I highly recommend you either get REBET or ONYX, especially in a state like Texas. I live in Texas, and we don't have access to FanDuel and DraftKings and all those other books where you can place straight bets, but you can place them on REBET and on ONYX Odds, okay? So the play of the day is going to be Rockets money line, all right? Rockets minus 159. I really like this pick here versus the Hornets. If you look across all other books, they're in the kind of like minus 165 to minus 170 range. So getting this at minus 159 is really good value on REBET. Again, REBET, honestly, surprisingly, some of these apps that are, legalized in like 40 plus states, some of these apps will not have very good odds, right? Sometimes I'll look at even an app like ONYX or even sometimes on REBET, and their odds are really bad compared to other books, but you can find some hidden gems. And one of these hidden gems is going to be Rocket Moneyline here. So make sure to compare your odds to these other books books and get him on the best odds. Again, this odds for Rockets money line is probably much better than it is on ONYX, and sometimes the opposite is true. Sometimes the ONYX odds are better than REBET's odds. Okay, so again, it'd be optimal if you have both of these apps and you're betting on whichever has the best odds at the moment. Okay. So do that. Get REBET. To get REBET, text me the word REBET, guys. I can't stress out enough that if you want one of these apps, text me first. All right, I'll get you the correct information. I'll get you the correct steps to go ahead and do these things. I do not want you guys to sign up quickly, use another code or not put the code in or something like that, and then you already have an account, and then it's kind of over, and maybe you can sign up for another app. But obviously you guys wanted to get REBET or something. Same thing with Kalshi, guys. Again, just text me Kalshi to my number right here. 1 free month of the VIP for that. Super easy. Okay, so let's get in the prize picks play of the day. Now, I've been talking about League of Legends a lot. It seems like you guys like League of Legends a lot. We'll see how today's pick goes for that pick that I gave out yesterday, because I think it's happening in the next couple of hours. But there's a ton of League of Legends. All right, if you guys have looked at the League of Legends tab, I'm sure you have, because if you tell my bets, you're gonna have to. There's so many games always going on League. There's probably 30 games going on every single day. Maybe not 30, but maybe like 15 games going on every single day, which means a lot of value and a lot of picks and a lot of correlation. Pretty much how League of Legends works, guys, is this is as simple as it gets. All right, you have League of Legends right here, and pretty much what happens, guys, is if a team wins, the overs are likely going to hit. If a team loses, the unders are likely going to hit. And these unders are going to hit together, and when they win, the overs are going to hit together, okay? It's a team game. So think about a winning team in any sport, okay? Think about a winning team in basketball. Think about a winning team in soccer. Think about a winning team in anything, okay? When you have a winning team, they're going to put up more stats. They're going to do better, okay? When you have an NBA team that puts up 150 points, everyone on that team is doing very well. When you have an NBA team that puts up 80 points or something like that, everyone on that team is doing really bad. They're all probably shooting bad. They're all probably not doing very well. And that is how League of Legends is. And again, in any sport, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser. When you're the loser of the game, you do not get many kills, right? You're very likely to not get many kills as a team, which means that these guys are likely to go under together, okay? So if this team does lose and they take the L, then they're probably going to go under together, and it's very correlated, okay? So one aspect of this is that if they lose, they're going to go under. You can find the odds for these games, on different sites, right? On different sites on the internet, like ThunderPick or Bovada even. But what's also very important is these guys are very chained together. They're correlated together. So if the team loses, they're going to go under. If the team wins, they're likely to go over. Now, does this happen 100% of the time? No, right? We've been on many games where the opposite has happened, and sometimes they'll lose and one guy will go over, one guy will go under, just because, that's how sports are, guys. Sometimes it's a little bit of variance and a little bit random. One player will just have a really good day and they'll go over randomly, and they'll try to, be the one shining star of their team, and vice versa, right? But over a long period of time, you can look at these League of Legends games and you can see that when the losing team loses, these guys will likely not have many kills. When they win, they will have a ton of kills, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. It's very important to understand that. Again, this is what we do throughout the NFL and college football season. We use a strategy called correlation. You can do this in League, you can do this in Valorant and Call of Duty and Counter-Strike, but you can also do it in the NFL and in college football. So if you think about Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba, or Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford, right? If Matthew Stafford throws for 500 yards, Puka's probably going to get, 150, 200 yards. If Stafford only throws for 100 yards, then Puka's only going to get, 30 yards or something like that, right? So they're very tied together, and it's the same thing here with League of Legends. Now, the third pick in the video is Stephon Castle, and Stephon Castle is not correlated. Why? Because he's playing in the NBA, right? He's playing in a completely different time, and he's actually playing in a different day, right? This is tomorrow morning. This is tomorrow morning, and this is tomorrow night. And again, Stephon Castle, I'm taking him over 4.5 rebounds, right? So 4.5 rebounds is the official play. I just added this in here because I do think 4.5 rebounds will probably bump to 5, and I hate taking 0.5 bumps, especially in something maybe volatile as rebounds, if that makes sense. Like 5 rebounds, 4.5 rebounds versus 5 rebounds is a completely different bet, okay? I want to take him all day at 4.5. At 5, I do not like it as much, okay? So make sure you try to get this at 4.5. If it does bump to 5, which I bet it does, then go ahead and take his points plus rebounds at 19.5, okay, guys? So hopefully that makes sense. Take this first. If this is not up on the board or it's at 5, then go ahead and take this, okay? Just sub it in place of it, all right? So I'm trying to give you guys a couple of options in case, things bump throughout the day or whatever. So these are going to be the official picks, guys. here's the 3-man of the day. And then here is the play on REBET. And then, yeah, sign up for Kalshi, sign up for REBET. You guys know what to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.